Hello and happy new year and welcome to the Asylum. I am your host, Don, and with me today, as per usual, is Jeremiah.
Huh? We're talking about a movie?
Not yet, unfortunately. Uh,
Oh, it's sorry, a movie.
ooh,
Film.
I mean, it was filmed, it had people in it, and it was put out on Asylum and made some amount of money. Therefore, it must be a movie.
And
Um,
it is directed by someone named Pearry, spelled Pearry, Reginald Tao Zhang Pingley. I
that, is
am
a,
not kidding.
that is a mouthful.
He is from Singapore.
Um,
He is considered the first Singaporean movie director to make a Hollywood movie. I'm hoping this is not his Hollywood movie.
should
It's
look it up.
not, thank goodness. Okay, he made one called Liberata Me, Fade to Black. Oh, good grief. He actually made like real movies. Poor guy.
And
Sorry,
this
we're talking about Ghosthunters, which
Ghosthunters.
which was made by Mr. Reginald, yes, and it's supposed to mock bust the 2016 Ghostbusters, kind of.
The all-female Ghostbusters with Melissa
Kevin
McCarthy.
with
What?
Kevin,
Yeah, with Kevin. Best acting I have ever seen out of Chris Hemsworth. I'm gonna be
but
honest about it.
um,
But
this
yeah,
felt more like the TV shows that you have on like Discovery Channel and Sci-Fi Channel instead.
yeah, it definitely well, it wasn't found footage, but it definitely had more of a Ghost Hunters International or Ghost Adventures feel to it than a Ghostbusters feel. Like they definitely they I can give them this. This is definitely a original creation of theirs. It wasn't like a complete rip off of something that already existed. So that's good.
But being that it's original, the logic of this movie
Ectoplasm.
doesn't exist.
I mean, yeah.
No, there's no logic.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
Ghost Hunters came out in 2016. It stars people that
It
were in
starts
this.
well. It
There
does.
is music in this by
And
by a guy whose last name Glassclow, who's actually made other stuff. Some of the people in this movie have even been in other movies. I just have not seen them, nor do I want to. This is a movie about paranormal investigators, not
yeah.
Ghostbusters. Ghost Hunters. Sorry, I'm pretty sure Sony said, "Hey, don't you dare try." And I believe their names are Neil, Henry, Jessica, and Amy and Devin,
was Devin was
the
the
girlfriend.
Devin
The
was the
girlfriend
girl.
of Jessica. Amy
Who,
was the girlfriend of Neil.
who was Black Velma? That was Devin, right?
Yeah.
Black Velma. Okay, got it.
So they
Um,
go in there because Henry's wife and daughter were murdered in this
yeah.
house by a serial
So
killer known as Night Stalker
it
with his
opens up
face.
with a pretty cool like concept for a serial killer. Well, a movie serial killer, which is this dude will like abduct people, take them back to this house where he murders them, and when he does that, he hooks them up to like a heart monitor, like a medical style heart monitor that is like registering their heartbeat, and then he proceeds to scare the living shit out of them. Then he proceeds to scare the living crap out of them as the heart monitor goes up, and once it gets to like peak terror, that's when he finally murders them, which is actually a pretty cool idea for like a psychological horror film, which this is not. So it
Though the
didn't really.
teen that wants to go to this house to save wife and daughter by capturing their souls and putting them in a jar or container.
Yeah, you could have gone with jar. Jar works.
Because their souls were there. Neil just knew how to create a soul capturing device.
Well, yeah, that's what they had been working on, I guess, pre-movie. Is that like Neil? Is that his name? Was
Mm-hmm.
Neil there?
Neil's the one who created the soul device, yes.
Yeah, and Henry is the guy with the Australian accent. Looks like
Who
a
lost wife and daughter, yes.
yeah, yeah. No, so yeah, so they were working on the thing, and the thing they were working on was like this device that would allow them to um generate ectoplasm, which anybody who knows stuff about like supernatural stuff, ectoplasm is a thing that is like a physical manifestation, gooey substance that is believed to be created by spirits. Right? There's a lot
And
of
if
different.
you're in New Yorkers, you better be nice, or else you're going to not make the Statue of Liberty walk through the streets.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of theories on like what it is. It's a recorded phenomenon. So like what they were going with is that like the ectoplasm was the spirit itself. So if they could take the ectoplasm and put it into a jar, they would, in essence, have captured a spirit. And there's like some weird thing about spiritual DNA, which I was just like, that's a made up thing. But yeah, so that was the idea.
But they want to free their souls by capturing a spirit and putting it in a jar.
Yeah, so Neil,
Yes.
yeah, Neil's idea was, or what he told them that he wanted to do, is that he wanted to go back to the house they'd been researching in, which was the house that the Night Stalker had been putting bodies in. And that's why they were researching there, because the Night Stalker had killed people there, so they knew that there were ghosts there. So they were living in that house when his wife and daughter were murdered by the Night Stalker. And so
Henry's wife and daughter.
What's that?
Henry's wife and daughter.
Sorry, Henry's wife and daughter. So Henry wanted to go there and capture their spirits to get them out of the house, supposedly.
Okay. Here's where we're going to go for some craziness. Okay. Right after this, Devin gets killed by a floating knife. That's just floating. Looks awful. Looks really bad.
And for no reason.
And then Amy starts tripping LSD style, having series of visions where she sees that Henry's wife and daughter were murdered by Henry, who is the Night Stalker.
Oh man,
and he murdered them as part of an experiment.
You just took away like all the build up, Jeremiah. Why you gotta do it like that, man? You gotta build up.
It's literally in the middle of the movie. It's an Asylum film. Who cares?
You gotta build up, man. Okay, so
the more stressed they are, the more amplified their paranormal energy is, apparently.
That is true. So for some reason, the reporter girl, which is Neil's girlfriend, Neil?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Neil's girlfriend. Neil, knock off Chris Hemsworth. He looks like a less attractive Chris Hemsworth, including the accent. He is apparently the guy who's like building the thing with Henry. He brings in his girlfriend, who's a reporter, who's going to do a report on the sitch. And then at the same time, this other girl that was working with him, Jessie?
Sure, we'll go with that.
And Devin, who Black Velma, show up. So it's these five people in the house trying to capture Henry's wife and daughter's ghost. That's the premise. All right. Yes. So whilst they're there, supernatural things start happening. Black Velma, Daphne, I keep calling her Black Velma because her voice sounds like Velma Dinkley. Other than that, she's not actually Velma like at all. She is some sort of spiritualist. They don't really go into what it is. I assume that this is Asylum, therefore racist, therefore she's a voodoo priestess. But she is like into like supernatural stuff. She just happens to be carrying around a lesser key of Solomon on her, which I thought was like odd. But then I looked it up, and you can just buy one off of Amazon. Like you can buy the lesser key of Solomon off Amazon. It's mind blowing to me. But anyway, so she like starts trying to set up like supernatural defenses essentially. And then something happens and she's like, I'm outie spaghetti. And as she's trying to leave, she gets killed by a floating knife for some reason and hidden in a room. And then the reporter lady, I forgot her name. Reporter lady, she suddenly, out of nowhere, starts having visions and supernatural experiences with no explanation at all. Because, like, it would make sense for Neil, because Neil studies the supernatural. It would have made sense for Neil's girl or Neil's friend, their friend Jessie, who brought the Black Velma with them would make sense for Black Velma. It even makes sense for Henry. Makes sense for literally every character except for the character that actually starts seeing things to start seeing things. So she starts seeing like the Night Stalker, who is a dude wearing a plague mask, which I thought was a really cool look. Just
well, that mask is always that's an easy make cool look.
Yeah, right. Anyways, dude wearing a plague mask who kills people by, as I described earlier, raising their fear and then killing them in their final, like the tippity top of their fear moments. And she like starts seeing some pretty messed up murder sequences, which is rather impressive for Asylum. I thought that those murder sequences were pretty good as far as like you would see that like it was almost Saw level.
Yeah, they were gooey. They were
But not.
gooey.
It was almost Saw level, but not good Saw level. Like we're talking like Saw 5
I was gonna say Saw the final
chapter.
3. Yeah.
Like so not good. Well, not the final 3 because Jigsaw is good. Spiral is not. Spiral. No, not quite. Spiral had a better budget. Well, middle ground Saw level of like torture murder. Which is, would be very upsetting to see in real life. I'm sorry to put that out there. Like if you're just walking through a house, you're watching a person get chained to a wall and then forced to eat their mother's dead body for the amusement of a guy in a plague mask. Like that's gonna mess you up, you know? So she starts seeing these things, and then she sees the death of Henry's 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 wife and daughter, which is the opening, which is badly acted. Mommy, um, and that's how she puts together that it was Henry, and then Henry goes on a killing spree, and the reporter is the only one that survives. There are several things that I find wrong with this movie. A, why did the ghosts kill Devon?
I don't know. It made no sense to me.
There's like it wasn't Henry. Henry doesn't have psychic powers. He didn't do it to her. The ghosts were all angry at Henry because Henry's the Night Stalker. And he's the one that killed everybody in the house. Which, if you believe in ghosts, and you believe in ghosts, and you believe that they manifest, and you're the dude that killed all of these ghosts, why would you be in the house? Like, why would you try to get a physical manifestation of the ticked off spirits that you personally created? That's completely nonsensical. But whatever.
The entire ending is nonsensical. Okay,
yeah,
okay, they're trying to capture ghosts in ectoplasm, and then Jessica breaks the jars of ectoplasm. Ghosts attack Henry, killing him. The two girls that are left, Amy and Jessica, are trying to escape. Jessica just gets shot and dies. And then the film ends with Amy running off into the night as police arrive. I thought she was also going to die from the police or something because screw this movie.
I forgot the ghost also killed the security guard. Right? There's like a security guard that gets called to show up at the house because the house is like quarantined off because a bunch of people were murdered there. And the ghosts murder the security guard outside again for no discernible reason because the ghosts aren't the villains in this movie. So why?
I don't know.
Like, it started off good. There was a lot of.
Maybe the opening scene.
It started off good. It had an okay premise. It was going to be just like a generic haunted house movie that you've seen a million times, right? And then they decided that they had to have a twist. And so their twist makes no sense. And it's just like, I don't know. Asylum.
Can you see this image?
No, it's like a white. Oh wait, is that a face?
That's the face.
Okay.
A creeper.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the weird face that they saw in the crack of the door.
Yes,
I had to take that. That picture is so bad. I had to actually take my glasses off to see it.
it's awful.
Yeah, it's
But that
what
is creepier than most of the photos that they usually showed. Like, look, this looks like an Asylum shared picture.
is a classic Asylum photo right there.
This is a review, apparently. They created something beautiful with a finale of with the twist that leads into the finale of. No, there's no shocking twist in this.
No,
Vengeful ghosts. So it's 13 ghosts. Oh, look, there's the cast. There's that.
yeah, I
That looks
don't.
like something from 13 Ghosts.
That does look like something from 13 Ghosts.
And they showed the same image again. This also from 13 Ghost-ish.
That's from the opening.
And
Same.
same image again. Image again. Yes.
That's out of focus. Awesome.
Also this again. Oh, look, another new image.
Well, that's nice.
David O'Connell actually works on TV. I just don't care
Oh,
enough. And
Ghosthunter. The dead
the
are
dead are
afraid of
afraid of them. No, they're
them.
not.
No, they're not.
Don't follow too. This is honestly, a better representation, but not really. Walking backwards thing,
Yeah, I'm right. That's the poster though. Yeah, so that was Ghosthunters by the Asylum. Is it the worst Asylum movie?
No.
No.
Battlestar
Is
Wars
it
exists.
is it good? No. Is it worth like watching with your friends to like mock it?
No.
No. It's not. It doesn't fall into like that. It doesn't fall into that Asylum category of so bad it's good, like like Bigfoot or Mega or what is it? Mega Python versus Gatoroid. Like it doesn't fall into that category.
Where you have two like 80 stars just fighting for like 3 minutes and
So
ripping off you.
yeah, that's so wonderful. This is another of the blah Asylum films. It's down there with Halloween Night. What's another really blah one that we watched recently? Megafault.
Jolly Cove.
I
Jolly
like
Roger Cove.
I like Jolly Cove. Yeah, it's down there. It's down there with
Exorcism of Gale. Possession of Gale.
it's down there with
Someone.
Possession of Gail Bowers. Yeah, down there with those movies. It honestly kind of felt like the pre 2006 Asylum movies, the ones that before they started making mockbusters. That's what it felt like.
But
But
made
it
in 2016.
is, but it is a mockbuster. But it felt like their pre-mockbuster times. So it's mediocre at best.
At bed. Which
And
is why I'm falling asleep thinking about it.
as we all know, we don't want no mediocre.
So I do have the new picker wheel where I notice how it was getting almost readable before, and
Now it's not.
people reminding me that Asylum's come out with new movies.
Yeah. So Asylum has released quite a few movies since we started doing this, and we also removed some of the movies that we know we can't get
I
access.
think I got some of them, but I once this thing got to be like 150 films, it's like I don't want to search everyone right now.
That's fair. Speaking of, if anybody finds a way for us to watch 100 Feet, we definitely still want to see that. So, comment.
Let's try the picker wheel though.
All right. Wheel of Asylum. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the movie that we will burn. Megalodon Rising.
Let's do it.
Megalodon Rising. What?
I bet this is on Tubi.
If I were a betting man, which I am, I used to be a professional. I would say it is probably on Tubi.
Or Peacock.
Megalodon Rising. It's another giant shark movie because that's what a megalodon is, and we can stream it on Fubo, Showtime,
How do you spell it?
TV, FUBO. We can't stream this on anything we've got, but unless we want to download Fubo.
The Fubo is costs money.
Yeah. I thought you scrubbed this. Jeremiah, you made me look like a fool. I was telling all 4 of our fans how you scrubbed through these movies.
Well, to be fair, that film actually does exist on streaming. It just doesn't currently exist on ours. At least it doesn't. It's not like some of them that are like, "Congratulations, we can't find this ever. You can't buy it. Can't have seen it. Can't even think about it. Oh, you thought about it. It's gone."
Yeah, like 100 feet. I really want to see 100 feet. I might
Let's
have
try
to.
this other one then.
Let's try again. Round 2. Ready, fight. Flight World War II.